You pop into a store for a 5-minute errand. You come back out, coffee in hand, look at the curb, and realize your car vanished. Most of us operate under the assumption that before removing a vehicle, traffic authorities will give some kind of warning. A loud whistle, a tap on the glass, or a loudspeaker announcement, giving you a brief window to run out and move it. But in major cities like Bengaluru, Delhi, and Mumbai, that courtesy period does not exist. Local enforcement operates on a strict zero-tolerance policy. If a parking violation is spotted, the vehicle is physically lifted and carted away immediately. With the rapid deployment of automated surveillance and highly monitored traffic corridors, the tiny margin for error that drivers used to rely on has evaporated. Pulling over to the side of the road is no longer a casual convenience. It is a strict legal contract, and ignorance of the exact statutes guarantees severe financial penalties. To understand why a car can disappear so quickly, we have to look at the legal mandate traffic authorities are actually following. Their primary directive is to prioritize macro-level traffic flow over an individual driver's convenience. Certain urban areas are classified as high-risk choke points. In designated clearways, double parking hotspots, and active arterial intersections, a single poorly parked vehicle can trigger a bottleneck that paralyzes a multi-lane grid in minutes. Enforcement now becomes absolute around emergency infrastructure. If you leave your car near a fire hydrant or a hospital exit, a tow truck will remove the obstruction on site. The exact same rapid response applies to pedestrian access. Leaving a vehicle across a zebra crossing, blocking a footpath, or parking in front of a private residential gate guarantees a swift tow. This diagram shows Section 127 of the Motor Vehicles Act, which gives police the statutory authority to remove vehicles. It lays out two distinct legal triggers. On one side, we have vehicles left abandoned in a public place for 10 hours or more. On the other side, we have vehicles creating an immediate traffic hazard. Notice how the immediate traffic hazard clause functions. It acts as a legal bypass. If your car is deemed an obstruction to traffic flow, enforcement officers can skip the 10-hour waiting period completely and initiate an instant tow. Megacities aggressively utilize these specific zones to clear urban bottlenecks. The moment your tire crosses into a restricted space, the excuse of "I'll just be a minute" holds no legal weight. The methods for enforcing these laws are also upgrading. Authorities no longer have to rely on a police officer walking a beat. Modern enforcement uses high-definition CCTV cameras mounted directly to the cranes, allowing teams to scan plates and spot violations on the move. In places like Delhi, official citizen reporting apps like Traffic Prahari empower regular pedestrians to act as monitors. Anyone walking down the street can snap a photo of a parking violation, upload it, and trigger a tow. Once a violation is confirmed, the modern e-challan system logs the offense and generates a ticket instantly, often while the driver is still inside a store, completely unaware their car is being secured to a flatbed. This chart shows the compounding financial penalty of that quick errand. It starts at the bottom with a baseline parking fine, which typically ranges from 500 to 1,500 rupees, depending on regional laws. But that base fine is just the entry fee. Mandatory towing charges are then stacked on top. If the car isn't retrieved immediately, daily custody yard fees pile up, sharply escalating the total cost of the mistake. What used to be a minor municipal annoyance is now a highly efficient, automated system engineered to capitalize heavily on slight miscalculations by drivers. However, there is a distinct limit to this enforcement authority, a loophole baked right into the legal definition of an unattended vehicle. If a driver or passenger is physically sitting inside the vehicle, it absolutely cannot be classified as unattended. Under Indian traffic jurisprudence, authorities are strictly prohibited from hooking up or dragging away an occupied car. But occupying the car only protects the physical vehicle from a tow. The driver remains fully liable for the parking violation. The officer will simply issue an e-challan, requiring you to pay the fine on the spot before ordering you to move. The best defense is proactive awareness. You have to look closely at the signs. A no parking zone isn't always a massive stretch of road. It might be a highly localized restriction, banning parking for a specific 100-meter radius. You can also rely on digital tools. Apps like M-Parivahan let you verify legal parking zones ahead of time, and they allow you to monitor your vehicle's registration number to see if an e-challan has been issued against you in real time. If your car is towed illegally or damaged during the lift, there are clear avenues for recourse. By Courts Portal. The margin for error on modern streets is zero, but by mastering the exact legal parameters of where you can stop and using digital tools to your advantage, you can protect your property and your wallet from the instant tow reality.